Hey there, everybody. Meteorologist John Gross. Welcome back to Beyond the Forecast. Today we are going to be recapping the hurricane season back from 2005 in the Atlantic Basin. And as you can see right here on this map, it was a very active season. Not only did we go through the entire alphabet, but we also had to tap into the Greek alphabet, meaning we were talking about alpha, beta, so on and so forth. So let's recap what we did see. We had 27 named storms. 15 of them were hurricanes. 7 of those were major hurricanes, meaning that we reached a Category 3 or even stronger, and 16 of them made landfall into the United States. So let's focus in a little bit closer. Let's focus in on the Gulf and where we did see some of those storms, and it was still very, very active, even throughout the Gulf. We were talking about Dennis, Wilma, Arlene, Stan, Gert, Brett, Emily, Rita, and Cindy, but the big one that really stands out, all the way back again from 2005, Katrina, Hurricane Katrina. From when this was recorded, we were tracking Hurricane Katrina 20 years ago. So we're going to recap how exactly Hurricane Katrina evolved and where it moved and some of the stats. Because Hurricane Katrina not only made landfall into the United States once, not twice, but technically 3 times. So here's a look at the stats. Started as a tropical depression and then strengthened into a tropical storm just to the southeast of Florida. The first landfall was on August 25th, 2005 as a Category 1 storm. Right there at 6:30 p.m. at 80 miles per hour. That was located near Miami, Florida. So that was landfall number 1. Now, as we move throughout time, it clipped southern Florida, moved just north of the Keys, and then it entered the Gulf. And we were talking about a lot of warm water in the Gulf. We were also talking about minimal wind shear. Remember, those are the 2 main things that a hurricane needs to thrive. So here's a look at some of those stats, because we did reach Category 5 strength at one point with this hurricane. It reached 170 miles per hour. The lowest pressure was at 902 millibars. Maximum rainfall we did see from the storm, over 16 inches of rain, and the storm surge, over 27 feet. And that was the biggest thing that we did see as a result from Hurricane Katrina, was very high storm surge. Tornadic activity from this hurricane, we ended up seeing 43 tornadoes, and this was unfortunately a very deadly hurricane. The fatalities, 1,170. So let's look at some of the stats from Hurricane Katrina. As it moved throughout the Gulf, it quickly strengthened. Category 2, Category 3, Category 4, and before it made landfall for the second time, it did weaken a little bit, but it did reach Category 5 strength. So as we continued on, now we're at August 29th, 2005. We had landfall into Louisiana one time, and then it moved just over water once again, just to the north of New Orleans, and then it made landfall a third time. So the second time it made landfall, it was a Category 3 at 125 miles per hour, and not much changed from the third landfall, 120 miles per hour, still a Category 3, right near the Louisiana and the Mississippi border. And the big result from Hurricane Katrina was heavy rainfall, and it was the very high storm surge that we did see. Remember, we recapped that number reaching over 27 feet as that water continued to just push right on shore. Moving throughout Mississippi, weakening very, very quickly back to a Category 1, a tropical storm, and then eventually becoming a tropical depression up near the Tennessee Valley, and then eventually an area of low pressure moving just to the south of us into Indiana. So this was recapping, again, Hurricane Katrina from 2005, 20 years ago. I'm meteorologist John Gross reporting for Beyond the Forecast.